Hey, this is Dean Graziosi. Welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. Okay, if you watched last week, if you're new, by the way, congratulations. Glad to have you here. We do these powerful videos every single week. The site's loaded with wonderful information for you and the best people on the planet with people helping people. If we don't have your name and email, up here in the corner, put your name and email, and I'll remind you about these blogs every single week. And plus, we'll give you some free training when you log in. If you didn't watch last week's video, because this is a part 2, so if you didn't watch last week's blog, I think it's over down in here. You can click watch last week's blog first. We're talking about, I'm a part of a group called Strategic Coach. It's mentoring that I get. I go to Toronto about 4 times a year and get mentored on how to be a better entrepreneur, a better thinker, better leader, how to be a better trainer to give you the wisdom to change your life. It's called the 10 Times Matrix. Dan Sullivan, the proprietor, the owner of the company, who I get personally coached from, said he feels this is 30-something years of work on one paper. If he passed away tomorrow, he said this would be the legacy he'd leave on to generations and generations after him and so many people. And it's the 10 Times Matrix, but it's basically the comparison between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. Now, some of you asked, if you have a scarcity mindset, how do you start thinking abundance? Well, it's watching these videos every week. Everything we've been covering for years is slowly, like Kaizen, slowly giving you the tools to look over to the other side of abundance thinking and then start dabbling in it and then start living it. It's one step at a time. But in the next video or two, next week or the following week, I'll give you what I think is the quickest path to go from the scarcity mindset, which doesn't make you a bad person. It's the way we're brought up. Again, if you have parents or grandparents from the Depression, you're brought up with no money. If your spouse is that way, you might be surrounded by people with that scarcity mindset. It doesn't make you bad. It makes you the norm. But you don't want to be the norm. You're here because you want more. You want to be the minority that grows and powers through a down economy, a bad recession, negative conversation with an abundance mindset. I promise you, it all starts with your brain. What you think, what you say, what you feel, the questions and conversations going on in here is what ends up happening around you. So, last week we went over the top here, scarcity and abundance. You can see that in last week's video. I want to go over the bottom here where Dan Sullivan, this is his thing, it says resentfulness compared to resourcefulness. So let me read you what's under resentfulness. Behavior, growing personal unhappiness and dissatisfaction with daily life on the planet, where scarce necessities are increasingly controlled by the few. That's under resentfulness and the scarcity column. Compared to resourcefulness, where that same person with different thinking believes in increased excitement, skill, and achievement based on the unpredictable combining of individual capabilities to create greater resources and opportunities for many others. Isn't that what we're doing? We kind of talked about that last week. We're combining our skills, our knowledge, our wisdom. Every one of you is doing this here on DG.com. When you post what you're doing, you're putting it out in the world to combine thoughts, skills, ideas for a greater good, and that's your greater good. So let's get through the 3 on each side. If you're on the scarcity side, well, resentfulness, you hold a lot of envy, or people on that side hold envy, and that's continual self-comparison with better situations and the results of others, and resulting in anger at being deprived and disadvantaged. We've all felt that sometimes, haven't we? Why does that guy always get lucky? Why do these people on DG.com seem to have the deals fall in their lap? I tried the 25-to-1 system. It doesn't work. I tried real estate. It's not working for me. And my real estate agent was mean to me, and I don't think this works. I'm not saying those things didn't happen. But when you shift your mindset as those failures, those things that didn't work, are just building blocks to success, you start going to the other side. Now, how you get rid of envy, the complete opposite thinking of envy on the resourceful side, on the abundance thinking, is gratitude. That's it. I mean, literally, you can't be envious if you practice gratitude. Gratitude is a profound and permanent sense of appreciation that the present and future global expansion offers unlimited support for personal self-empowerment, happiness, and growth. If we're grateful for everything around us, grateful for these videos, grateful to be alive during the bottom real estate market, grateful that we have a moment, an hour a day, an hour a week to start in real estate to a bigger path, if we're grateful for our children, our life, the air we breathe, gratefulness is like rock, paper, scissors. It crushes envy. Again, it's so great to have this on one sheet, but you know I've been talking about this stuff for years on these blogs, and this just proves to me once and for all that this is the path to your success. Okay, I'm sorry I'm making this video long. Let's go down to the next one. Under resentfulness, the scarcity side is jealousy. Jealousy brews when you live in a scarcity mindset. Increasingly anxiety and anger that others are taking what is rightfully yours in a world of decreasing resources, capabilities, and opportunities. All right, the opposite of jealousy is creativity. How do you squash being jealous? Well, you get creativity thinking, a growing ability to put things together in unpredictable ways that introduce entirely new solutions and produce entirely new breakthroughs. Isn't that what we talk about every day at DG.com? Isn't that what I work on as far as real estate? You start combining these different resources. I don't have any money. Okay, I'm going to be a wholesaler. I don't really know how to wholesale. Let me partner up with somebody on DG.com who's done it. Let me ask questions. Let me read the book. Let me get involved in the Success Academy. Let me go to these live events. Whatever it is, you have the ability to be creative, to find money, to find buyers. Listen, what do you think our wholesaling is? Our wholesaling is just being creative. If you don't have money and don't have credit, well, it doesn't mean you lay down and die. What it means is you got to be creative. How do we do that? Go make a list of buyers. No matter what you do, get out there and make a list of buyers, put them on your list, and go find them better deals than they can find themselves. All that is creativity. Yeah, it happens to be real estate. It's creativity combined with math equals money in your pocket. That kills jealousy every single time. The only people who will be jealous are the ones watching you grow. Okay, next one is indignation. Upset and outraged at the inequalities and unfairness that increasingly exist between those who have too much and those who have too little. Now, this sounds like I'm being political in here. I didn't write this, and maybe I wouldn't wrote it exactly like that, but it really does start when you have a scarcity mindset and you start building resentfulness. It's like a snowball, right? A snowball can fall down two sides of a hill. Think about it that way. You're on top of the hill. One side is an abundance mindset. One side is a scarcity mindset. The snowball only has to move an inch in either direction. And if it falls down the scarcity mindset, it grows and it gets bigger. And as things don't work out for you, as the bills get tougher, as life gets tougher, as you lose your job, a spouse is unfair to you, a friend takes advantage of you, some of you lent money, tells you to bite it, and you don't get your money back, right? The snowball starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger down the scarcity, resentful side. And it's hard to control. It really is. So you start thinking, wow, those people that have, and I have not, why do they get lucky? Everything that's in this scarcity side. But what kills that, what nukes that makes you get the snowball little again and start on the abundance side so you can go down the right side of the hill is cooperation. Making ever-increasing use of the unique capabilities of more and more creative individuals around the planet, resulting in a bigger and better overall results for everyone. Now, a lot of these answers kind of lead back to the same thing, right? When you're plugged into something bigger than you, just by you being at this site right now shows that you are in cooperation with other like-minded people, right? There's nothing you can't post below that someone wouldn't help you with at this site. Isn't that pretty cool? And we have more and more awesome DG superstars coming back to this site, helping you like they were once helped by somebody else. This is the breeding ground. But here's what I gotta tell you. It doesn't happen by just thinking about it. It doesn't happen by just watching these blogs and feeling, oh, and I appreciate all the amazing comments on how every Monday you look forward to these. But I'm doing this so you go out there and take action, not just to be motivated or inspired by my videos. These are tools that cost me 20-something years to figure out. Going to Strategic Coach alone cost me $25,000 a year. I spend tens of thousands of dollars every single year, probably over $100,000 a year just in my own personal education to grow, to enhance, for me to get better. But I'm doing this for you so you can get better. So what you need to do is apply these techniques. Think through it. And know that in the next couple weeks, I will make sure I share ways to get rid of that scarcity mindset, to not, because remember, I said this last week, and this is so true, and you might have been feeling it. When I read some of these, you might have been saying, well, Dean, you got a lot of money. Things are going well for you. It's easy to be an abundant mindset when you got money. What comes first, the horse or the cart? If you have a scarcity mindset, you will never see what it's like to have an abundant life. See, most people think if I had money, I'd start thinking more positive. No, that's not what comes first. Start having an abundant mindset and the success and the money follow. So when I start reading these and you go, well, that's kind of true, isn't it? That just means you're in that state of feeling the reality side and the dreamer side. I'm just telling you, The money doesn't come first. Your mindset comes first. The money, the success, the life follows the abundant mind. So start thinking about where you're on the scarcity side. Start trying to combat it. Remember, if it's envy, beat it up with gratitude. If you're jealous, beat it up with creativity. Indignation, beat it up with cooperation. Okay? And I think a really powerful lesson. I know this is kind of a lot of information to absorb, but it's really powerful stuff. And before we go, a couple things. If you don't have my new book, I have to say it because we are getting amazing success from people reading my 30 Days to Real Estate Cash. I mean, it's probably the best book I've ever written. It's the thinnest one, but it's the best because it's the 30-day blueprint. If you didn't get it, click below and get that book in your hands. You're going to love it. And then I just want to do a quick shout out. If you remember right around Christmas or New Year's, I gave away a whole bunch of money to people in need. And so many here at this site saw that. Now we got a lot of people that need it and we gave a lot out, thousands and thousands of dollars. But so many of you just decided you wanted to send us money to give to more of those people. Just out of your heart. Jan and Jeremy, I think they started the string on DG.com, and so many of you contributed money, more than a couple $1,000s that came in from you guys. And I just thought it was fair that I said thank you to Matt Larson, Jan and Jeremy, Chip and Andrea, Randy Vaughn and Laura Johnson, Bernadette Bruno, Bama Girl, Jay St. Hilaire, Female CEO, Valuni, JC, Tom and Jerry, Curtis, Sandy Boots, Dana Lee, Chris Brindamore, and Judy Weezer. I think it was really awesome that you guys sent in the money. I want to let you know that's going to families that need it, that could use a little help. And thank you so much for spreading the word. And thanks to everybody else for all the support, everything you do. And this was a long blog this week. Hope it sinks in. I'll talk to you soon.